Greetings, greetings, greetings. I am the one and only, the Cosmic Doc. It sure has been a minute, hadn't it? That's all right. I am here in real time to talk about this new moon in Taurus and also to really just continue my constant conversation about vibrations, which those who tuned in for over the years, and you'll know that the vibrations and they're here and they're all around us. And of course, every time I get on, and Tomo's like, "Hey, how you doing?" So we are definitely in for a treat, and I do think it's quite befitting that Tomo would come. One of my two beautiful black cats would come and join us because with this Taurus energy, pets are central. Our self, our home, what we love, the people who belong, who don't, the good food, the not so good food, or really thinking about the worlds around us, the realms around us, the many layers that we are navigating. So again, I am the one and only, the Cosmic Doc, coming on to talk new moon in Taurus. Now, in stepping on in, because I'll tell you this, woo, just get ready. All this Gemini energy that is already here, it's not even forthcoming. It is here. And that I'm going to save for another conversation as we sort of think about the shifts, particularly with Jupiter. And I think a lot of people know that I'm always like, okay, if you really want to know what's happening on the big stage, look to Jupiter. Jupiter right now is in Taurus. This is climate. This is food. This is banking. This is, again, a sense of belonging and people and purpose, and then yet maybe disconnect. And Gemini energy is going to take us in a whole other way. But there's also the double layer of Taurus energy that some may know is perhaps trending, and then others who've been keeping up know, hey, some of y'all late to the party because the planet Uranus, the awakener, has been in Taurus for quite some years now, since about 2018. And we're rounding that out. So as you think about friends, home, purpose, maybe what you've been tending to, where the awakenings that have come around that, even value of yourself, money, all of that, the awakenings have been there. Just got a cosmic link because I got to tell you, with the Taurus energy, you are going to, or some of us, and a great many of us, are very much going to see an increase of our sensitivity to not just worlds, but as you heard me say, realms, the coexistence of worlds and realms and multidimensional beings and all of what some believe and others will say is not real. And Taurus energy is definitely about your belief, your internal understanding, your intuition, and your connection to the realms, to far beyond, and also right in front of you. But this new moon is unique as we are coming out of this eclipse. Just, are we ever really out of eclipses? No, because we're learning, we're in it. But now, though, we have a super new moon, with this new moon coming in, with the super new moon in the sign of Taurus. So whether you are a Taurus, if you have Taurus anywhere within your chart, maybe even if you have a relative or someone that you work with or just love, maybe they're a Taurus. All of this is going to matter. It's going to actually, it's been mattering. And with this super new moon, we as a planet can choose how to proceed smartly in our own lives and for the future, for the growing of your abundance, the growing of your legacy, all these different things. And so with a super new moon, it is way more magnified. And with any new moon, it is about stepping into the new, stepping into your new, your version of what new can be. And with Taurus energy, that is about getting grounded. So the new beginnings that are just smartly anchored, we're really having a brilliant plan as we're moving forward. But it is also stepping into your truth, the inner light within yourself, finding emotional balance and emotional intelligence, or maybe nourishing better emotional intelligence. We all could stand to do better. But anyway, with this new moon in Taurus, it's coming in, some would say 18 degrees 1 minute, 18 degrees 2 minutes. So as I look at that, though, the bigger vibrational picture is about the self power and how we're navigating it as we're walking in between these worlds that are ever changing around us, that are changing in massive ways. What is our infinite? Where and how are we finding our balance? And perhaps where and how are other people trying to tip us over, test us, see if we just won't be able to endure? So it's also about the world, ourself, our place in the world. Right, what I was talking about at the beginning, about belonging, our sense of self, our value, our self-worth. Now, this energy is going to play out different for different signs. So those who know I like to empower, however briefly, that I can, so we can know and be better just aware. The preparation and being fully prepared, well, we just got to call on the universe and lead me in the right ways. So I say that because shortly I'm going to go into the different signs and share about more concretely how this energy or what I see playing out. And then we'll draw a card and kind of go from there about having greater truth as you move forward. We all need a little extra truth as we're moving forward. And why not? So I pulled out the tarot deck and cleared it for us. So that way we can move through the signs. But Anne, as we're moving through this super new moon, it is about getting grounded, getting smart, really thinking about ourselves, where and how we want to be in the near future, in the far future, and in the legacy making. Maybe there are just things that you want to be remembered and connected to. And this energy is that activator to be able to really transform in it, through it, as well as the legacy that you are imagining. So Taurus energy is also about core. What is your core? And the core can be the crew, the friends, the family, the community, the neighborhood, the city. As you think about, is this my place? Do I belong? Am I good here? Or is this just, or maybe time is up? So those core deep thinking of yourself and your world happening around you, your many worlds, your multi-worlds, and the multi-realms. Make time to slow down and think about it and what you would like for it to look like in the future. Now, this is also a point where a lot of us are going through shifts to think about, what does family mean? What does friendship mean? What does being a good neighbor mean? All these terms and way to be, and yeah, only you can know what and how is best for you. Just think about it from your highest place on the path of, oh my gosh, this would be so amazing if. as opposed to really sort of delving into that lower vibration. And I realize it's easier said than done. I mean, we're all at different places on our path, but even more, being different ages. No age is the same vibration at all. Each age gives a different vibration to learn from and learn through. In the future, I'll be definitely talking more about that because the numbers, they are everywhere, and the symbols, and we know that. And then there's what do we see and how can we see even more through it, through the moments, even in just a flash? What can we take from it to really step into a higher place of understanding? So I want to go ahead and again acknowledge this energy is about self-power, self-awareness, stepping into you and your authentic self even more. I feel again like it's just trending. But it is about getting right with the finances, getting right with the bottom line, slowing down, taking some naps, and giving yourself a good hug. How about that? And massages and floats, because you know I'm a big fan of that, being a Taurus. But again, power is and will continue to manifest in various ways, all just through the multiverses. And then there's where you find your power, you find your voice, you find your put the pedal to the metal and let's go. Let's move forward on your dreams and what the infinite can be. And that for some may be a lonely path as you focus more on you. Be okay with that. Because sometimes to belong doesn't always have to be up under everybody. Sometimes you just want to be by yourself. Sometimes it's necessary to really be able to gain greater clarity of self and the way forward. Because with power and understanding of self also comes with the world can get louder. So, as you are navigating and those around us are navigating in a variety of ways, find your peace, find your joy, and get some good sleep through it all. So, all right, I want to go ahead and jump into the zodiacs. And again, what we're going to do is just sort of see generally with this new moon in Taurus, some basic themes and some things to keep in mind. And we will definitely draw a card or maybe two. Who knows? Spirit is always leading. Again, I'm on now after all of this time, but here we are within the 5th month. I just had a birthday, 5/5, Cinco de Mayo. But on this 5 vibration, in this 5 vibration, it's very much about moving forward. I needed time to really continue to grow a lot of things around me. And that required more time to myself. And that required less of the echo to the world. Now, though, it's about to be a whole new ball game coming in. I can feel it. It's waking me up. Even Tomo's looking at me like, I see it. And with this Jupiter and Gemini, just you wait. If you have Gemini anywhere within you, it's definitely going to activate that within you. So again, we're going to come to that. But as we're going to the zodiacs, I want to remind us that each zodiac, there is a different sort of set of themes, but also just different core connecting lessons that are playing out. So it really doesn't matter if you are a Taurus or not. But nonetheless, we get an opportunity to really hone in on that smart Tarian energy. So own it, move in it, really, yeah, just really visualize and plan and meditate and, really try to get grounded. But at the same time, get ready and hold on because the ride is going to be for real. So, all right, we're going to go ahead and we're going to start with Taurus because within this particular energy of Taurus, it's hitting you all. It's hitting yourself. This is about the new beginnings. This is about standing tall on your pathway. There are those around you that are having things to say. You may know, you may not. And then it is about where and how you are bothered and perhaps and hopefully unbothered. Because this is the energy that we all need. Again, I'm speaking to all those Tauruses out there. If you have it anywhere within your chart or you know someone, some Taurus, well, you're going to see this really play out where this new sense of self-awareness and confidence may really come on through as they're speaking just truth to power. The intuition is just woo magnified. Trust me, I know. Just sort of all around. But the senses will be heightened. And this is a very, very, very potent period to manifest, but also to connect with others of like mind and also other realms. This is just you wait, because there's just a whole lot of energy happening around me now as I'm even sharing this. Some may call it a channel. Nonetheless, spirit is always speaking through and we're just working with it. And so with Taurus, again, for all those Taurus out there, this is about you really stepping into you. This is a critical turning point. This is a new awakening. There may be all of a sudden you're like, whoa, I woke up and it was like waking up into a whole new world where you're seeing more, you're understanding, and the precision is just, it's just, it's just piercing in your knowledge and your awareness of, and the growing of that. So harness that. When I see Tomo, like, all right, let's get to some cards. We jumped up, like, all right, it's time to get to it. Let's see what card that all those Tauruses out there. You got Taurus anywhere within your chart, then maybe you need to know. Let's see. All right, I've already cleared the deck. Oh, here we go. So for all those Tauruses, you have Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune is just that. What is fortune? And the wheels are always moving. And especially for those Tarians who were born in the 5th month. Now, of course, I'll never forget about those Tarians born in the 4th month. Because, of course, you all are here to really begin to connect with the universe even more deeply and how you're walking forward on the pathway. And those born within May, it is the changes, dealing with the changes, being the change bringer, calling out changes when they need to be. And with the tarot card and with the supermoon in Taurus, it is reminding you that the world is yours. The wheels are spinning, and now it is about looking forward and really looking to your intuition and knowing the contours are always going to be there on the path. But then there is being smart, keeping your ears open, being very aware and in tune. And as you're moving forward and you're being lifted, it is also about being smart and remembering sort of the what may seem to be little things on the path that all will add up. So, all right, again, for all those Tauruses out there, this is your super moon. This is what you want. But of course, it's a super moon for all of us. But this super moon is about you owning you. What can that look like? Don't let others begin to try to bring us down. They're testing us on if we're bendable or breakable. This is about standing tall in your truth. It's all right, Taurus. Own it, own it, own it. All right. So next, let's see. Which way do I want to go? Well, I'm going to go ahead and clear the cards before we go. All right. So as I'm clearing the cards, we're going to go to Gemini. Spirit is somehow leading it on that way, and that is just going to be what it is. Okay. All right. So for all those Gemini out there, this energy, hey, Gemini, look, this is truly about to become your vibrational moment. that is going to be going for quite some time. And I say that not only with Jupiter forthcoming later on this month, moving into your sign, but thereafter we are going to have the planet Uranus moving into Uranus, Uranus, moving into your sign of Gemini. So this is about awakenings and then about information and communication and movement and travel and learning. And this is going to be so magnified. Now, where you are right now, this is about finding your place, your sense of purpose. For some of you, it is going to your dreams, your journal, your things to do list, and really taking stock of where did you say you wanted to be? Where would you like to be? And also navigating others. For some of you, it may be just a little testy with others, and you're having to really think about, is this my place or not? But then at the same time, for others of you, this energy will be an opportunity for the manifestation of the creative apex. It's almost like the easel that has sat in the corner for quite some time, that all of a sudden it's like pen to paper or paint to paper or paint to canvas, I'm sorry, or even sketch or whatever it is that we do. This is about creative production, that you can do and be anything you want. Come on, Gemini, we know that you're all the gurus. You got that. But also, maybe now this supermoon leading you to an even more activating place on your pathway where you're like, I finally found my place. I finally found my tribe. I finally found what I'm good at, that I love, that I do in my sleep. That type of energy. So there's a whole new doorway that is opening. So I can feel it opening for a great many of you. Now, I would say it's quite pronounced, but others, maybe the constant movement may make it a little bit difficult to even sort of discern. However, this is where the dreams will become that much more active. So I encourage everybody, but even more for any of those who have Gemini within you, look to your dreams. Yours truly, I have, my Venus is in Gemini. So I'll share with you that sometimes I get on myself like, oh my gosh, my dreams just aren't on. What's going on? Like, and then they're crystal clear like the movies. So as of late, crystal clear. And it's only going to continue. So as this super moon is coming in, and it's already here vibrationally, pull it in and grab a hold of your dreams. Really look to, there are clear signs. Just recently, I dreamed about a whole lot of beautiful black cats. Ooh, wait, can't get enough of them, but 2 is all I need, unless, the vibrational world says different, but nonetheless, black cats are a symbol. So it's the same way if you dreamed about a hippopotamus last night. That's a symbol. All animals, all symbols that emerge within dreams, that doorway to what some would say is the unknown. Get ready. Powerful dreams are about to manifest. These prophetic dreams. Hands on fire. So be ready, be unafraid. But have a dream journal. But have a journal about, if you have time, again, speaking all those Geminis, about the fun things in life that you're grateful for, that the people, the places, the experiences, because then this can also provide creative content for some to begin to further activate. Sorry, we're going to go ahead and, whoa, pull a card. Okay, that is popped out. There we go. Believe it or not, my goodness, and I even shuffle. You know what? Just because, and in case somebody's like, yeah, right. I'm just gonna pull another card, but I want to tell you that I had shuffled while I was talking and doing the thing vibrationally to get you all empowered. So this is interesting though how spirit works. Okay. All right, so we have a Four of Cups and a Wheel of Fortune. So for all those Geminis, I would say a couple things based on these cards. One of them is pointing to the picture within Four of Cups that really looks like a hand from the other side that is giving you a cup, that is giving you nourishment. Some would say content, but it is in the dreams, in the connection with these other, maybe ancestors, those who passed on. So look to your dreams and new wheels can move forward for you on the pathway. So I think that's pretty exciting. Again, speaking to all those Geminis. So again, once again, I guess we've got another Wheel of Fortune because this super moon in Taurus is going to be powerful for everyone. So, all right, we're going to keep it moving. All right, we're going to move on to the sign of those within the Zodiac sign. See, you heard me clear within the sign of Cancer. All right, so this super moon, thank you, Telmo. This super moon in Taurus, for all those within the sign of Cancer, this is about new lights are cutting on for you to understand your place, your purpose, and where you really can shine. Not just be, but to shine. So if you have the zodiac sign Cancer within you anywhere, then or if you have someone within your life that does, then you're going to really begin to see new lights cut on. It'll be just sort of like, just like these flashes of understandings that can come through. But for others, this may really point to a place where you're being offered an opportunity to step into new places of leadership, where you're like, oh, yeah, I'm just sort of here. And then all of a sudden they're like, you know what? You're really good at this. I think that if you are open to it, maybe you could activate new parts and new aspects to your talents and skill sets. So, this supermoon could be a growing of new ways of making money through a new light being cast on you and your skill sets. How cool is that, right? Again, new ways of money. I mean, we're all about that. But again, really finding your joy, your abundance, and the truth the truth of your joy even more, I have to say. That means not just the joy itself, but truthfully, like what deep down inside, like really allows you to understand you and to feel fulfilled as you are growing in your learning, in your leadership, and in your just seeing and gaining greater awareness. So, my goodness. In many ways, so it's like I'm getting this image of a field and it's just extremely sunny with all these like flowers of different kind. And for many of you, again, within that zodiac sign of Cancer, it is seeing the light, pulling that light within you, because as we've been walking through the shadows of the path, it is also learning from the shadows and our so-called, shadowed selves, but allowing more light within our life, the light of others, and also just really being out in sunshine, being out in open fields, so then we can experience greater expansion on the pathway. So let me go ahead and I'm still gonna knock it again because I still think that's funny because I had, whoa, again, another big one. Okay, all right, this is wonderful. Okay, so one card jumped out. Okay, here we go. So we have for all those within the sign of the zodiac Cancer, then we have the card King of Pentacles. So this is giving you quite the nudge to say this is your opportunity to step into big money. See, I wasn't lying. However, but really stepping into your expertise, really honing into your individual talents and being smart in these new ways of expressing yourself and showing the world more of who you are. So again, that truth and joy that I've been talking about, finding what you love, and then doing what you love that can bring greater abundance. So step into it. It truly could be big, bigger than you could imagine. And then as you're stepping into it, be smart about it, because new keyholes are going to open up new opportunities, just new unlockings within the mind, and a whole new pathway. It's almost like a whole world is just being zipped and unlocked. Or maybe a whole new wand or new pinnacles are just being, you can sort of see them within it, and you'll be able to activate and grab a hold of new abundance on the pathway. So again, speaking to all those within the sign of Cancer, hey, grab a hold of the abundance and be smart on the pathway. All right. All right. So all those within the sign of Leo. Leo, 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 Leo. Oh goodness. Leo, this energy with this supermoon in Taurus is very much about leveling up, and it is about completions. So for some, this could be contemplating the ending of one phase as you step into another. So this will require you to find alignment with the changes, and also to step into and to find a new place of your own leadership, loving who you are and your full authentic self, and allowing the world. But it is going to require doors and chapters closing as you really get clear on where you want to move higher on the pathway. Now, the other thing is that this could also point to graduations. Again, the ending, so-called, if you will, completion, completion, completion. But this is where the whole family, the whole story is coming together, the whole you, the different aspects that now all the points are coming together on who you are, how you are, and how you do. And then it becomes, okay, so within and all the aspects of the whole, WHOLE, what would you like to see? How would you like it to be? And where and how is it leveling you up? Is it, or is it holding you back? So then we're at that. You know what? I'm good. This chapter's done. On to the next. So, Leo, speaking to all those with Leo within your life, there is a coming of a closing of doors and chapters that is not saying that it's all over. This is about a new beginning, a new awakening, the full story now really coming together in a very rounded, spectacular way. I have to say, love that word spectacular, because again, it is about the learning and the loving. Hey, Leos, we know that y'all are here doing that. So let's go ahead and pull some cards, or a card. Hey, yeah, we don't have all the vibrations to offer, but we will in this moment. See, and right here, we have a 10 of Wands. So this is very much symbolizing that bringing all the hard work, all the wands together, the different aspects, the projects, the parts of you, bringing all that together, and the hard work coming together where you can begin to get clear about it's that X that marks the spot. Knowing, being aware, and fully in your deepest understanding. Because with the X, if you will, with the X marking the spot, with this 10 of Wands, if you look at the Roman numeral 10, then you'll see it's open, it's wide, it's expressing in its fullness, in its whole, full, authentic self. See? Spirit's just working through. So, Leo, all the hard work is about to pay off. It already is paying off. Now it is about the precise direction will reveal itself. The knowingness, you will know precisely who and what and how and also, more importantly, when. So we know it's all about finding the boldness and the courage, but it is also about finding the balance and the smart way forward. So again, for all those Leos, get ready, because the exact knowingness is coming in with this supermoon for you to move forward in some very, very exacting ways. Okay, so enjoy it, love it, learn through it, and thrive, of course. Always. All right. So we're moving on through. We're moving on through. It's taking us a minute. But again, this Taurus energy is about all of us. It's about the people, and it's about those we love. I love all the zodiacs. No zodiac is better than others because we're all comprised of different aspects of the zodiacs. So now we're going to move on to those lovely Virgos. Oh, yes. Or, well, lovely and victorious. How about that? Yes, so in speaking to the Virgos, this energy is about clearing the pathway and preparing for summer, and even more as changes are happening all around you. And it's not quite the laughing matter, but then there is. There is finding the joy through the changes, letting go of where some of us have become tightly wound. It is about letting go and being at peace, because it can be so intense in the mind and in the being when we're trying to figure out the solution to this and all these problems that are happening in all these directions. And it's like, what do we do? How do we do? And then sometimes we truly have to just let go of the things that are holding us back, the people, the ways, just the whatever is holding us back. Maybe this is that time, because through that, then we can really get ready to step into where we really want to be. And the greatest place to be with this supermoon in Taurus, again, I'm speaking to all those Virgos, sometimes it is just important to just be, to let go, but to be okay with the universe, to be okay with the flow, because change is everywhere and all the time, right? But then we do sometimes have to let go. But we also do need to declutter. We need to declutter of the things that are just a bit toxic, or just a bit, your course it's run its course. Only those Virgos who know. We get to that point often. And hey, here we are in the month of May, in that month of really looking at the multitudes where we want to reduce too much, where we want to sort of trim it down, where we're come to a place of choices and new beginnings. So, oh yeah, get ready, because change is here, and then through the changes, then you can get rid of some of the stuff that just, time to let it go, or time to let that person go. So I'm gonna go ahead and just shuffle one more time, because again, it's just kind of interesting as we're seeing how spirit is working tonight. But all that to say, again, we are speaking to all those within the sign of Virgo. Let's see. Goodness. Oh, all right. 3 of Cups. Very good. Very exciting. See, didn't I say get ready for summer? But the 3 of Cups, cups can mean a great many things. Your cup can runneth over as everybody is coming together and celebrating. But then this also can symbolize the coming together, the helping of the groups, the dealing with the unexpected, the hearing of many things, the hearing of many versions, the many sides of those around us, and sometimes even ourselves. But nonetheless, this is about you standing at a place of walking in between these worlds, but also there is a magnification of your own abilities and your gifts that are happening as new creative impulses are coming through, or perhaps for others, as you are being called upon a bit more, then it is about finding the balance of your cup as you go to fill others' cup, think about your cup as well. But again, this is also about the creative, pointing to the opportunities for new abundance, but also maybe the managing of many cups, many accounts. Let's perhaps it is about more than just one, nonetheless. But it is pointing to creativity, communication, a high level of communication, and a lot to do with the family and or more than just one's immediate family, but again, thinking about the multi-groups, the multi-people, maybe even multi-stages, but it is about more than yourself. It is about the arms wrapped around a great many more. And it's going to require you to have to let go, perhaps, of some other things. Maybe not having as much time as before. Now, navigating in a new way for more than yourself. So, be smart in the way forward. Again, I'm speaking to all those Virgos out there. But again, what I am picking up is about finding that smart balance for yourself and for those around us. And this really is the full self, but even more emotionally, because the month of May can bring a lot of unexpected that is connected with the groups, connected with the world, and connected with our emotions. So, whatever way that you can find your way to get grounded, I encourage it. Again, speaking to all those Virgos. All right, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to move on to the Libra. Okay, Libra. This energy is very much about exactly what Taurus is, but even more about abundance is what I'm getting at. It is about, what does abundance mean for you? It is thinking about value and also the interconnection, power, and networks with yourself and with others. So maybe this is coming to a new place, new agreements, new understandings, and ways of being. This also can come to represent the alignment of more than one and just a couple others. It can be many that come together that are the aligning of arms, the aligning of hands, and the new connections and the building of something new. So what would you like for that new to be? As I knocked cards for us, Libra. But again, what is power? What is abundance? What does self-power mean for you? What ideas have come that you've heard more recently that, and or what talents do you have that can activate the ear chakra, i.e. finding your voice? But also, again, finding that truth of new ideas that wake you up out your sleep. Again, how cool is that? As we think about these new ways, these new just niches and skill sets that are here for us with this super new moon, Libra. Okay, it's time to step on in. It's time to go ahead and partner up. It's time to really think about the coming together of many minds and many hearts aligned in new ways. I'm with it. Then it is making sure that you find that balance, or else you will tip over. Because we know more, when it's more than ourselves, then it can just become imbalanced and then it can become exhausting. And we don't need that. So, again, speaking to all those Libras out here, it is, and I'm speaking to myself, but also speaking to all those Libras out there, the super new moon in Taurus is about being smart in how you are growing your abundance within yourself and your alignment and your connection and your networks with other people. Being smart as you sit down at the table, as you work on that contract, as you work on that book, as you work on that paper, or even as you rethink that contract or you rethink that paper. Because sometimes the first draft wasn't right. Sometimes we have to redo it so then we can really have it set up for the rest of our life. I hope that, and even beyond. So again, if I can jump one more time, we're going to pull a card for the Libras because, wow, this energy is just even moving through me as I try to really convey to you all, like, this is the time, this is the moment, sit down with it, get with that bottom line, because it's going to matter in the days and the moments ahead. Now, you have a Page of Cups, and the Page of Cups can mean a lot of things for a lot of people, but I got to say, this is very much about both messages, the filling up of your cup, and also the joy center, finding the emotional balance. So it's kind of all of that. Watching for messages that could really lead to new opportunities for you to really tap into that inner child, to tap into something that you love, and to also really find maybe greater emotional balance through another set of opportunities. Note, I did not just say one opportunity. There really could come multiple opportunities, but we have to believe it. So within this card, within the Page of Cups, the super new moon align, Libra, it is about finding what you love and really grabbing a hold of these opportunities for you to give birth to new ideas and to your newness unapologetically. Now that ideal, definitely for somebody like me, but I know for a lot of Libras, like, they're like, look, we watch our own beat and we're trying to find our balance. So that's what you got to do. Hey, own it, love it. This super new moon in Taurus is right and ripe for all of us. And again, I'm rounding out speaking to those Libras. Okay, we're going to move on to all those Scorpios out there. The world has been intense, and I know it's been intense around you because I can see it. Because some of you all have truly been locked away and just needing time to yourself, and or really spending a lot of time within the mind, as you are really trying to find the smartest way forward. How do we solve this problem that has more to do than with ourselves? Again, I'm speaking to all those Scorpios out there. And then there are those who are just having to only think about yourself, having to not even just walk a lonely path, but sort of dwell amongst your own vibration for great purpose, in order for you to see more, to understand, and to really come to the truth of your bottom line of what is necessary for you. Only you know that. And it's just been complicated, but at this complicated because it's more than you, but complicated as you're trying to, maybe let's just say intense, complicated. But now it is about sorting through to get to the clear bottom line. So I didn't want you to feel like I was leaning so much in the complication without really highlighting that you're right here at the right way forward. It's just for those around you, it's required you to withdraw, to take time, to be alone, and they have to be okay with it because you've been okay with it. But it also has forced you to really have to get clear all over again on your loyalties, on those around you. See, having to hit the cards just so we can, have a cosmic week on that, Scorpios. But it is true. I see it. I feel it. Goodness. Tomo's ears flapped right on that. And he's asleep. So again, I'm speaking to all those Scorpios out here. This energy, the super new moon in Taurus, is very much about being victorious on the path, but also thinking about those we love, showing through the smart ways forward in our being, and doing for the ones that we love. So I'm pulling a card, and look at that. Boop, boop. Knight of Cups. Getting a lot of cups, aren't we? And look, I've been shuffling and shuffling as we're talking. Again, as I'm speaking to all the Scorpios out there, if you have Scorpio within your life, this Knight of Cups is saying it is about charging forward. It is about, but doing so smartly, on your terms, in your way, where your cup can be filled and where you can find balance. Because whether we have one cup, multi-cups, and Knight of Cups is more than one cup, we do have to find that balance and filling our cup as we're filling others. But this Knight of Cups is definitely not small. It is humongous. So again, you're coming to, or you will if you haven't already, you will come to a big understanding in the right way forward. It's now sort of like the fog is coming undone, and you can come clear and you can see through it. You can see through to the truth, to the bottom line of your life and the bottom line of those around you. And in so doing, then you can prepare for this great surge of power within your life. Goodness, spirit is sure enough speaking. Love it, love it, love it. All right, we're going to move on to all those Sagittarius as we keep it moving. Sagittarius, it has just been something. It has been something on the pathway for some of you. It has been a good time. It's been about family. It's been about new cycles. Even some of you have actually stepped into cycling. How about that? Go ahead. But then others, though, it is finding that inner glow. It is after all of the changes and the cycles that have been coming through, you now are finding greater light on the path of your understanding and where you want to be. You're finding your light. It's like awakening to a whole new day. And for others, it is really seeing through and learning through these new doorways that are opening. Some have a unique doorway, and others are just wide open. And through it, you've had a lot of learning. But again, I want to go back to, for some of you, it has been awesome celebration, celebrating family. Maybe we are at this place of really moving into our destiny, that it gives us something to celebrate. So within this Taurian energy, for all those Sagittarius out there, it is about enjoying those around us. It is about embracing the new opportunities. And it is also about allowing the cycles of change to come to the core of what we need and where we can thrive. That can be at home, and that can be with certain groups of people. I think you know what I'm talking about. Sagittarius. It all plays out in different ways. We're all standing at our opportunity for our greatest destiny. And here you are, right here standing at it. We'll see what spirit says and leading or provide an opportunity for you to, there it is. Find your balance. How about that? Temperance. You got the temperance card. So this is very much about the self, choices, crossroads, and just preparing for greater expansion. Because destiny is here. The only destiny doesn't just show up and you're ready. You got to prepare through the changes. So again, speaking to all those Sagittarius, through the changes, then we are preparing to step in even more further on the pathway, and even more for you all. We're letting go of what's held us back, held us back, I should say, and stepping into, like, I am here. We are here for it, the greatest destiny. So Sagittarius, use your words wisely. You can now even more with this Taurian energy. You can be smart about it. Yeah, bridge all that together. Because in the days ahead, information is going to matter even more for you, and you want to be smart in how you use your words. So, all right, now, so again, we are continuing to move it forward in every way possible. We're moving to this Capricorn. We just have just a few more. Moving on to the Capricorn, there's a lot of changes happening. And there's a lot of changes that are happening around you, with money for some, maybe new creativity coming through. And then for others, it may be connected with children. It may be connected with, as these changes are happening, where do I want to be? Some of you may be dealing with the unexpected all of a sudden, where the groups are having to deal with the unexpected as the world is loud and we're trying to find our place in it. Again, I'm speaking to all this Capricorn out here because the energy that you're in, you're going to see it magnify even more. Again, as we're talking about with the super moon in Taurus, for all those Capricorn out there, the energy that you're in, it very much matches where we are right now in May, in this 5 energy. It's about changes. And then what do you do with change? Yes, changes happen all the time. Do you have vision? Have you been visualizing? Well, some of us may not even know how. And then we may not even have time. So then it may be more about finding our victorious place on the pathway, really moving through the peaks and the valleys to get to the bottom line of our truth of what we want for ourselves, for our children, maybe for the future of education. Whatever that this can mean for your education, for those around you, or even if you want to continue in a whole new realm of education, this is about changes. And this is about forward movement that is so swift that I feel like by the time I even finish even pulling a card, the new changes are already happening for all these Capricorn. Goodness, as vibrations just swirl around me, filling up the room. Woo, see, yep, okay, Capricorn, matches what you got going. So you have the hangman, so-called man, but a hang person, but the card of being open to the universe. Some would say uncertainty and really having to be open to the unexpected. I mean, this again matches where you are right now. Or for some of you, if you haven't, it may be navigating that. What do you do with that? How do you respond to that? Because we're all hit with it. We're all sort of hit with that unexpected. But then there is finding peace in the uncertainty. You don't have to know all of it and which way to go, but then at the same time, at least you're getting greater insight to know it is important to maybe let go of the reins of control and really looking at the bigger picture to see what are you being shown as the changes are happening and as you're being required to see the world in a new place, in a new way. What is awakening within you? Because, and through it, you're going to be walking in between a whole new world. It's gates of many kind where choices to think about, do we stay or do we go? Do we want to be here or do we want to go on to somewhere else that we can thrive? Again, I always like to go to thriving because through the changes, it is the universe inviting us to move to those places that can allow us to thrive with greater experience and maybe even better people around us. So I go ahead and pull a card. We already did pull a card. See, look at that uncertainty. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and just wish well for all those Capricorns out there because a lot of changes are happening. Okay, so we're moving to the Aquarian. Hello, hello, hello. Let me go ahead and clear again. For all these Aquarians out here, you are standing at a place, very interesting place of hard work, choices, crossroads. And for some of you, it is intensity. For others of you, it may be stepping into new ways of, let's just say, spiritual sight. Maybe for some of you, you're finding your tribe. You're finding the groups of those that spiritually, they get you, you get them. Then for others, maybe it is finding a church, finding where spiritually you can commune and connect with other people. That's what I'm really getting at, that I see and I can feel. And it's so unexpected or it will be unexpected. And that's the coolness about what makes the super new moon, that for all those Aquarians, I mean, you all are who you are, but you just never know that making a choice to go out with a friend that day for lunch may have ended up being that moment that opened your whole life, where you got an opportunity from some producer that you didn't expect, or some agent happened to stumble upon your book and wants to there's just all these opportunities that can be here, and it is that is here for you, Aquarius, and all those with Aquarius within you, because new choices and opportunities are here that for some of you it's very much a reflection of the hard work that you've been putting in. And then for others, it is really having to think about the home. It's thinking about the house of self, and then just the foundation. Is it really set for us, for all of us? And how can we maybe do better? How can we make it better? And that's what this Taurean energy can really be useful. Again, I'm speaking to all those Aquarius out there, that this is what the universe is really bringing to your door for you to really think about. Sorry, I'm gonna pull a card. Let's move in. Well, okay, we have, talk about intensity. We have the Ten of Swords. For some of Aquarians out there, it's just been intense. It's been exhausting, where you're having to make choices. Is this where I belong? Where maybe you've had these swords in your back from others, or just other things, or the gravity of life just really coming in as you're trying to lift up. It's just become so exhausting. And new choices are having to make as you think about your core, your foundation. Maybe not even just the home, maybe it is of self. This is saying that your sensitivities and your intuition will be so heightened. There are those that may attempt to try to alter your pathway, but your intuition, your sight beyond what is in front of us, is there for you to just know. I mean, you already just know, but now it's going to be even more magnified in ways like never before. All sides of you. Might sound overwhelming. Hey, 'tis the season. Pluto and Aquarius, come on. It's all about your awakening in all of this. So things have been intense. I hope you have taken more time for self to slow down, get some naps, just do you. Because new choices can lead to new opportunities. So be unafraid, and just know that these swords and all of what has been so exhausting they'll fly away in time as you also begin to heal within yourself. So, all right, now we're moving on. Let's keep it moving. All right. We're moving on to these Pisces. Come on, you still awake? What's up? All right, again, we're going to speak to all of this. Almost face. But we're going to speak to all those Pisces out there, right? With this super new moon in Taurus. This is about you finding your power, and you finding your power in and through groups. And through the groups, you will find your truth. Maybe it is about you can find greater truth with groups, or maybe the groups help you to find your truth. This, and groups, of course, can come with many things. You can have group exercise, you can have group therapy, you can have group meditation, you can even just have some group preaching. Who knows? Nonetheless, it is about groups and communication and sharing of ideas at the heart level, really finding those who get you, get your words, just get you. They even get that you need a little extra sleep. They get, and they appreciate you. That's what this super new moon in Taurus is really about. The group, the tribe, and finding these ways of comfort within yourself, of how you communicate with the world around you. Maybe now you will start communicating even more. Some of you, I'm sure you don't lack for communication. However, maybe it is about finding your voice and communicating. I really am getting, maybe I'm seeing some rise up, if you will, but it is speaking. Maybe it's motivational speaking, but it's speaking to crowds. So there's among those Pisces, these new leaders whose ears are open and their mouths and their throat chakras were very much activate in new ways. And it's going to require you to really lean in. So again, I'm speaking to all those Pisces. Let's go ahead and let's pull a card and see what's happening. Right? Let's see. We have Knight of Wands. So that's something. Again, it's about charging ahead. As you charge ahead with a Knight of Wands, again, we've been getting cups and we've been getting wands. So with a Knight of Wands, it really is in many ways about it's like the magician, the can't even get it out, musician. You get what you ask. That what you ask for, you can get. So it's about waving a wand and a whole new day can emerge. How amazing. But this is about the alignment with the universe. So being open and knowing that all things are divinely right here for you. And it is about stepping into this new, expansive learning about who you are, and how you do, and also how you translate with groups. That's pretty cool. Loving it for all those Pisces out there. All right. So again, now we're just gonna finish on up with the lovely Taurus. Isn't that right, Tombo? Woo, 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 woo. We're almost there, y'all. This is fun and it is definitely tiring. I love it. So Taurus, Aries. Okay, this Taurus energy is going to help you to really think about your place in the world. I feel like I'm saying that to everyone, but this is about your place, your partnership, and also your purpose. Your partnership can be with your neighbors. Your partnership can be with a partner who you love or who you just, whoever business partner. But it is about alignment, being smart in the way you use your mind and smart in the way in which you use your lovely, expansive voice. But it is also about the world finding you. So be smart in how you give to the world because the world is about to get that much bigger. Where all of a sudden more people are going to be like, hey, who is that? Come on now. And you got to be ready for that. We don't know what that's going to look like, but it's about what do you want it to look like? Because the world can say, hey, give us this, give us that. So speaking to all those Aries, this is about your duality. Maybe there's more to you that you haven't shared with the world, but then there's also, again, finding that balance so that as you share with the world, then you can know just smartly how you want to do it and then how you find that balance to be able to do so. Because you are here with great purpose to give us new things and help us to evolve, Aries. But you also have to be smart in that evolution. Ain't that right? All right, we're going to pull one card. We're going to have round this out for all of us this evening. Okay, here we go. See, Aries, we have a Ace of Pentacles. So this is about new beginnings, new beginnings, new beginnings connected with money. Pentacles. This is about expansion in all these ways that can really, really, really level you up. Now, again, this is about alignment with the universe and knowing the universe has your back, but being smart in how you use your mind and how you begin to recognize that what you speak, what you think, you can manifest. Aries, come on, you know that's easy to you. So, all right, for everybody, I'm going to round it out and say thanks for letting me share with you. Thank you, Spirit. Here we go. The super new moon in Taurus. It is about self, power, evolution, getting prepared to be kicked up to new opportunities that are coming, and also being prepared to give to the world, to find our balance and our greatest joy. Go and find some good food, surround yourself with good people, and continue to walk that higher path. So I am the one and only, the Cosmic Doc. If you want to get a hold of me, you can at TheCosmicDoc@gmail.com. Sometimes I'm on Twitter. out there on Instagram and Facebook. Nonetheless, I am the one and only, the Cosmic Doc. I'll talk to you soon, and you know I will empower you soon. All right now. Bye-bye.